such
Very cheap bag of pencils and balloons. You can have them. They'll work, man. Remember them?
maybe just balloons.
Aye. Can remember the old 70s?
Just all over like town football people.
I've never been to Black Cow.
You not been to them?
I don't know what it is. Winners! Get out to it, Salmon! That's it, referee! Hey!
Nathan, it's disappointment this evening as we lose 1-0 against West Allotment Celtic up here in Morpeth. Initially, your reaction?
Well, I'm going to say we got what we deserved again because we've not been good enough in the final third. Really disappointing first goal from us. We've given it away on a throw-in needlessly. It's come inside. Technically, it's a good goal from him, but we've not closed it down. But again, it should just never have happened. We took on control of the game at the time. And they've got something to hang on to, really. I think from that point, we've dominated the game without really causing them any problems. It's easy to play sideways and backwards. You've got to be probing and you've got to break the lines, and we just didn't do that. We just didn't play on the front foot, which is a little bit concerning because there's a little bit of a pattern emerging. But we've got to hold our hands up as individuals, and we've got to say that we didn't deserve to win the game because we weren't good enough in the final third.
What was the most frustrating thing when you say today, Nathan? It's back to back, defeats on the road in both of ours and the league now this evening.
Yeah. Listen, it is, and listen, I've got to reflect and analyse the game, but I think I know what I've seen, and there's a message in the changing room, and it's been that for quite a while now that we need to be better in a certain aspect of the game. When it goes for us and we stretch teams, we're good. We're good because we know goals change games. As we were saying tonight with West Allotment, they've defended for their lives. We threw the kitchen sink at it, and we haven't been good enough to unlock the door. So when we've scored goals, we go on the front foot. But we need to play like that from the off. And it's disappointing because it's not just, when I say the final third, it's not just pointing fingers at forward players. It's a collective as a team because the midfield have got to close the space down between the forwards, and the back line have got to push them on. When we're not, the gaps are too big. So there's a lot we have to work on. And truth be told, it's been there since the start of the season, but with the game thick and fast, we can't really work on it as we'd like to. We're learning on the job, but we're inconsistent. We've found a way to win in some of the games, but tonight you've got to give them credit because they've defended for their lives, and we just haven't been good enough.
That is key, Nathan. The responsibility does lie with us. It's 3 games in a row now without a goal, isn't it?
It is a little 4 if we're looking at the replay. It's concerning, of course it is. But we've got to put it right. I don't think we're in a crisis. People look on the outside and all right, we've not scored, but we're not conceding many. For me, it's a very, very simple fix. It's just being proactive and anticipating balls. We're very reactive, not playing on the front foot. We wait for balls to be played instead of making the runs for then the ball to be played. So we're not dictating how we're actually playing the game. But yeah, we need to work on it. The players obviously will reflect, and listen, we've got a chance to bounce back on Saturday.
The half-time change as well, where Joe Pickett left the field, replaced by Tom Birtles. Was that a tactical change, or is that another injury for
Yeah, no, it was tactical. And listen, Joe's obviously coming back from the injury that he has. It wasn't quite working for Joe. The game was kind of passing him by, but it was quite a lot of our lads in the first half, to be fair. I could have made a number of changes, but Tom gives us composure. He plays the right pass. He sees pictures. And I thought when he come on, he did really, really well, to be honest. But it kept breaking down in crucial stages for us. And ultimately, I'm giving West Allotment credit, but generally we needed to be better. We could have played there all night and not scored. Yes, we've hit the post. Yes, we've had some close calls. but we're not anticipating where the ball's going. And when you've got a player like Fraser, who you know, putting up top to go win balls, you know, as a last-ditch attempt to get some from the game, he's won 90% of his headers, and you know, the second ball we've been absolutely nowhere near. So I think it's just a sign of, you know, where we're at this moment in time, and we need to rise to the challenge and get out of it.
Like you say, there's no opportunity to get to training with any of the players, so
Yeah.
the games do come thick and fast. We're back in action on Saturday, back
Yeah.
at home at the Kevin Edward KGV. What do you want to see from your team going on that game?
Well, it's a reaction. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but you know, I could only pick 2 of my boys out tonight who did what I know they would do consistently. You know, 7, 8 out of 10. The rest of them, they know they weren't at the levels, and it's one of those. They've got to acknowledge that. They've got to take ownership of it, and we need a reaction on Saturday, because it's got to be a lot better than that, and I think it will be. Listen, we'll be at home. It's not about sticking together and, you know, all the sayings that come out. We just have to be better. We've got to take responsibility and be better. We've got to work harder, and when you work harder, you get that little bit of luck and things start to drop for you. So there's not a time to feel sorry for ourselves and make excuses. We just need to be better, and it's as simple as that.
Nathan, thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, Chris.